Dear mate, you don't happen to sell bright red coral rings, do you?
Whoa!
But what would you want with such a thing? Never you mind, Sunshine. Have you got one or what? Well, yes, as a matter of fact I do. But the law forbids me to sell such an item. I dread to think how Archon Leander would react if he were to learn of such a flagrant breach of the laws. That said, as far as I know, there is no law that prevents me from simply giving you one. All I ask is that you help me return. A fair exchange, I'm sure you will agree.
Yeah.
We'll be the judge of that, man. Alright, spit it out. What kind of help are you after?
Okay.
I have 3 orders awaiting delivery, and I simply do not have the time to deliver them myself. I would be grateful if you could oblige me. That's a cheap engagement ring. Peleus, Proteus, and Triton.
Boosh! Got it!
Righto, spotted delivery work in exchange for a nice coral ring. Doesn't sound too bad at all. Let's get moving, Evan. The bright red coral ring Lofty seems keen on doesn't quite seem above board as far as Hydropolitan law is concerned, but even if selling it's banned, swapping it for something isn't quite yet outside of the scope of the law. Complete the deliveries to Peleus, Proteus, and Triton to earn your prize.
Hello.
There, I have a delivery for you from Trident-tested armorers. My word, I would never have expected Xiphos to start using tourists as delivery boys, but I have no reason to complain. Thank you, young man. Not bad, eh? This hat makes me look more handsome than ever. The ladies of Hydropolis will be unable to resist me. Oh, but I thought you weren't allowed to fall in love. I jest, of course. It would take more than a new hat to cause one as plain as I to fear falling afoul of the ban on love. In truth, it's a rather sad state of affairs. Still, I must not dwell on it. There are other restrictions in place that trouble me far more. All contentious topics are now prohibited in tavern conversation. Anyone who challenges the opinion of another is immediately apprehended by the guards. I don't think that's social commentary right there, but it's funny for me to see its parallels in the real world. Even worse, ever since my friend fell from a rampart on his way home from the inn, we are now forbidden from venturing to high places. I will never forget the face of Archon Leander when he arrived at the scene. It was as though the world itself were about to end. My friend was almost entirely unhurt, and it was only a matter of hours before Queen Nerea promulgated the new law in order to prevent it from happening again. Such mollycoddling is enough to make one despair. Forgive me, rather than bemoan my own prohibitive circumstances, I must instead encourage you to enjoy your freedom. Goodness knows I envy you it. So this is just another way to, get people to give me information, huh? It's just to travel to people around the city.
Hello.
I have something for you from Trident-tested armorers.
Thank you very much.
Oh yes, thank you, but honestly, what a waste. A waste? What do you mean? I am a jeweler, and Xiphos was once my biggest wholesale customer, but now that love is forbidden, the market for jewelry has dwindled dramatically. The package you have just handed me contains items that Xiphos has been unable to sell. Things are getting rather desperate, I must say. I would turn to the black market, but there is no escaping the unblinking gaze of the eye.
Excuse me?
But surely it can't see us here. You have clearly not been in Hydropolis long. The eye sees all. Walls are no obstacle to its scrying magics. We are all of us under its constant gaze, and as soon as it catches a glimpse of any wrongdoing, the guards come running. Many now even hesitate to pick up coins that have fallen onto the street. Not because it is illegal, you understand, but simply out of embarrassment at being observed in the act. But forgive me, you need not trouble yourself with my woes.
Hello.
There, I have a delivery for you from Trident-tested armorers.
Hi.
Ah, at last, I can barely express how anxiously I've awaited its coming. I was utterly convinced that Queen Nerea would grace we, her loving citizens, with her hallowed presence before it arrived, but, gods be praised, it seems it has reached me in time. Gosh, so does she come out and greet the people often? Goodness no, why it must be, decades since we last so much as glimpsed her face. This is merely a guess, of course, although it certainly feels that long. Suffice it to say that she does not emerge from the palace often. Oh, how long has it been since last we gazed upon her radiant beauty? Not that she need emerge when she has Archon Leander to attend to her every whim. It is he who handles the day-to-day running of the kingdom. he is difficult to catch a glimpse of for entirely the opposite reason. His every waking moment is spent rushing around the city, attending to the affairs of state. Some say that Her Majesty has grown almost too dependent on him, but I would never dare make such a suggestion myself, of course.
Tidy!
That's all our delivery's done. And I'll tell you what, man, we didn't half hear some juicy tales about this kingdom while we were at it. If I wasn't convinced my plan was an absolute beauty before, I flippin' well am now. Come on, let's get back to trying and test it and claim our reward.
Yes.
So I wonder if Lofty really knows what he's doing here. I guess he does, but I'm assuming we're going to try to get in trouble using the ring.
Thanks.
You have completed your deliveries, I see. Thank you. Here's your coral ring as promised. Actually, I just threw him in the ocean. You obtain an Adore ring.
Oh, Tarman!
That's beautiful. Ta, mate. All I ask is that you inform no one of its provenance. And in the name of the gods, do not allow the guards to see you wearing it. So that ring, it's one of the ones that woman was talking about, isn't it? Are we going to have Evan give it to Tani?
Excuse me?
What do you mean to do with it, Lofty? Something proper genius, that's what. But you'll have to do something for me before I let you in on my little secret. You'll have to promise to call me Mr. Director, sir.
Boosh! Get in!
Evan, Tani, you're coming with me. Uh-oh, so they are going to stage an act. So Lofty is aware of what he's doing then.
Alright! Wedding scene, take one! And... action!
Look!
Is he?
Proposing? Tanny?
Yes, Evan? Oh, just get on with it, will you? It's make-believe, remember?
Yes, yes, of course. I can bear it no longer. I care not a jot if love be forbidden. My feelings for you cannot be tamed. I must scream it from the rooftops.
That's it. Go on.
Will you... will you marry me?
Was that the rite of the ring? A marriage proposal? In broad daylight?
Surely not. If Master Leander finds out, they will rot a year in jail.
I'd like to see them try.
Oh, everybody's looking.
Focus, Tani! Time for your close-up! Take the ring, big ring, and...
Well, Evan, you know what comes next. Spit it out.
I love you.
What was that, man? Project, boy, project! You are not in a cupboard, you are on the stage! Now pucker up, my boy. Time to go in for the kill.
Oh, no, you don't, lad. That's my daughter, Kershi.
You there, you two! You are under arrest for the crime of public affection.
About time.
There's no use denying it. Her Majesty witnessed the entire sorry affair. Come with me.
What?
Jail?
Oh, bang in!
Jail indeed, my boy. Which means my little plan went off without a hitch. Tidy. If that be so, where's this Leander swab then, eh?
Well,
What business do you have with the Archon? And what exactly was your intent in flouting the laws of Hydropolis so flagrantly, I wonder? They like that word.
Excuse me?
Are you Leander? So we already got out of our costume. I am. Yes! We finally got to meet him! My apologies. We were forced to use a little artifice to gain your attention. Is that so? And why would you go to such lengths? Who are you? I am Evan Pettiwhisker Tildrum, King of Evermore. I've come to ask you to sign a treaty.
forgive me.
If you speak of a union, I am afraid I must refuse.
Huh?
Just like that?
Well,
If it were up to me, yes. But Her Majesty has ordered that you be brought before her. Queen Nerea wants to meet us?
yes.
She does, although why she would wish to do so is beyond me. Queen Nerea is extremely busy, yet she has deigned to grant you an audience. You must not keep her waiting. Glory to Queen Nerea, long may she reign. Now you must keep her waiting no longer. Go and listen to what she has to say. Can I warp out? You can't travel to any trapdoors at the moment. Okay, I wasn't actually going to warp out, I just wanted to see if I could break the game. It sounds like we're about to have an audience with Queen Nerea herself. We won't get a better chance to convince her to sign the declaration than this, Evan. Watery Wonder Palace, that's beautiful. But what's doing down by your? Arr, being thrown in the cells back there was quite the trip down memory lane. Used to be what you might call an occupational hazard for we sky pirates back in our wild days. But times change.
Flippin' heck!
Core, this is the swankiest throne room I've ever seen. Do you think we'll have something like this in Evermore one day, Evan?
Hey!
You wish to speak to me, but Queen Nerea is expecting you. I do not recommend that you keep her waiting.
Hey!
Yeah.
Queen Nerea is expecting you. I don't want to get too close in case it like auto starts a scene or something. Queen Nerea herself has requested your presence. It will not do to keep Her Majesty waiting. Can I, let's see here, change outfit? Nope. And, nope, darn it. Alright, fine.
Now,
There is no need to go into tiresome explanations. All has been shown to me. You wish me to sign this treaty of yours, correct?
If I may be so bold.
We cannot, Your Majesty. To enter into a union would be... I must advise against it. Silence, Leander. Yes, Your Majesty. I have but one condition. Of course, and what might that be? Beneath the sea, not far from here, there is a labyrinth. Deep within it dwells a great sea monster, Cetus. Defeat the creature and return here unharmed. Do so, and I will sign your treaty. But... Really?
yes.
Really, Leander will accompany you.
Of course.
Your Majesty. Her Majesty's word is law. I will accompany you to the labyrinth as she wishes. We will see that the beast is destroyed.
Forgive me.
But you must forgive me. I have not properly introduced myself. I am Leander Aristides, Archon of Hydropolis. It's very nice to meet you, Archon Leander. So, where exactly is this labyrinth? It lies in the sea southeast of Hydropolis. Arr, then we'd best be on our way. Let's set sail and give this Cetus a drubbing, shall we, me hearties? Leander temporarily joins the party. Who would dare to propose in Hydropolis? Do they not know how the law views love? It was misguided and reckless to be sure, yet I cannot forget it. It was such a romantic scene. Why must we be denied such delights? Get a load of my dress. I look a million guilders, right? This was taken just before Evan proposed to me. Well, sort of. Anyway, it really suits me, don't you think?
Yes.
The battle with Cetus will be brutal, I am sure. I shall pray to the gods to confer their protection upon both you and Archon Leander. Nah, I'm pretty sure I'm overpowered.
Yeah.
I am but an apprentice priestess, but one day I hope to be as accomplished as Queen Nerea herself. Cetus makes his lair in Leucippes Labyrinth. Leander will inform you of the precise location. Queen Nerea has given you a command. You will obey it or you'll be returned to the cells. The squid hats. That's pretty cool. This game is very creative. I could do without all the, you know, weird cutesy stuff like his cat ears. I guess that's supposed to be cute. The higgledies, the Kingmaker. I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of serious RPGs out there, so I guess we probably need other things to keep it balanced. Games should have a wide berth of selection. So even if not everything's like the way I would exactly make a game, because I'm a totally serious person, and I can appreciate it nonetheless. So anyways, that is a really cool hat. You would do well to give thanks for Her Majesty's mercy in pardoning your transgression. Had she been in a less forgiving mood, you would not have been so lucky. Well, sounds like to me someone's jealous she wasn't proposed to. I cannot believe that you were released after less than 1 day behind bars. You are truly lucky. Perhaps such luck is the mark of a hero.
Huh?
Queen Nerea has pardoned a criminal? This is unheard of. It must have been because they were merely visitors here. Or perhaps she was in an especially forgiving mood.
Hey there.
Would you like to use the Hydro Portal to travel to Cardia Square? Yeah, sure. Let's go. Would you like to use the Hydro Portal to travel to the palace? Nah, I'm good. No? Very well. It would appear that Queen Nerea has pardoned your transgression. You should be grateful for her mercy. I doubt a Hydropolitan would have been so fortunate.
Hello there.
I'm disappointed I can't keep those outfits. Ah, the graveyard. Okay, so while I was exploring, I did come across this area earlier. So let me load and show you what happens when you get here before. So this is where Cetus lives. The heart of the labyrinth is guarded by a great number of spirit troops. If we are to make our way there, it must be with an army. Come, we must prepare our troops for the onslaught on the labyrinth. Alright, so if I save now, I'll show you what it looks like if you try to get here before you get permission to come here. Yeah, I see all these ghostly things, and then we try to get closer, it's only gets cutscene and... Leave. Go. Die. Must die. Leave. 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 Blimey. Then there's no run-of-the-mill monsters you may lay to that. I don't know if we want to be going this way just now, Evan. I think you might be right. Come on, everyone. We're leaving. Alright, so now with that uncovered, let's continue from where we left off. So yeah, with me, I try to milk every drop of exploration that includes dialogue when I play these games. Maybe for some people that might be tiring, but that's actually the way I like to play, because someone went through the time to make that content, so I want to see it. Are you ready to join the fray and take on the labor of the labyrinth? The recommended level for this skirmish is level 12. Well, I don't think we're gonna have a problem with my level 22 troops. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is gonna be a piece of cake. I could do this just one squad.
All dead. Place of death. Sacred place. Place of Cetus. Place of pain. Regret.
These must be the souls of those who fell victim to Cetus over the years. Unable to find peace, they are doomed to linger. It is high time they were put to rest. Come, let us send them to the beyond. May you find peace, brave souls, after all these years. Come, we must keep moving.
Leave this place, or you must die.
This area is famed not only for these ghostly soldiers, but also for its not inconsiderable population of fangfish. Take care. The gate is open at last. It cannot be much further now. Come, onward for the final push.
Cetus is unstoppable, invincible. To defeat him is unthinkable.
Not for us it isn't. We're going to do this, so please, you have to let us through.
Here goes nothing!
Whoops, I got it mixed up.
Now's our chance! Stay strong, alright? This should work! Ready? Instinctable to lose!
Alright.
Don't let them get away! Form a square! Form a square! Don't let them get away! Don't let them get away!
Aim over this!
Charge! This should work! Now's our chance!
That would appear to be the last of them,
Of course.
which means that only Cetus remains. Come, let us get this over with.
Blimey.
Well, we made it this far at least. But the real fight starts here.
Yes.
I am afraid it does. Tread carefully now, Your Majesty.
That's the end
I
of
would have
the
liked the
race.
option to have tried to solo that, not with one army unit, but just with the party.
Bish bash bosh!
Righto, let's clobber Cetus and get out of your sharper, shall we? Actually, before we do that, let's explore the Land of the Dead real quick. And I can finally see what Leander's like. Alright, it's like Dynasty Warriors. Okay, I can do this. Okay, he's pretty badass. Ice cream cornucopia. Wow, that does sound good.
Uh-huh.
We'll wait a second for me to spin what I need first. Don't have sense of history, so it shouldn't matter if I get to the next level. I should start feeding my guys now. So maybe I could work on getting better higgledies before I start leveling them up. How much would this cost? Only 28. Yeah, let's do that. What was here? Food? Yeah. What's the 4th level? Nothing. I could... Alright. Oh, that is expensive. I don't know what I get for it. Probably more storage. Yeah, that's probably stored more stuff too. Yeah, I guess let's do it. I mean, raising my money cap is nice and all, but it's more important that I spend those resources. That's something I've learned doing lots of StarCraft and Warcraft. I played over 600 games of StarCraft. I don't know how many Warcraft games I played. Not very many.
Hey there.
It's so wonderful to be working for you again, Your Majesty. I'm determined to make this a kingdom Aranella would have loved. And I'm determined to work every bit as hard as she would have to achieve it.
What?
Are you serious? If I tried wearing something like that back home, you'd have laughed me out of Cloud Coil Canyon.
Ahoy there.
You know, I never thought I'd see me own flesh and blood wearing an outfit like that. Why didn't you tell me you like dressing up so much? I could have bought you a nice frock for your birthday. I always seem to get the dialogues backwards. Like, I talk to the person who's responding or replying first. Not because I know it, but you can't be a good leader if you can't make big announcements in front of a crowd. Still, I wasn't exactly calm and collected when I proposed myself.
Crikey!
That Queen Nerea certainly knows how to crack the whip. I reckon you could pick up a tip or two about ruling with an iron fist from her, Evan lad. I'm gonna go around and kill a few monsters. I don't want to take too long because this is my recording chance. My family's out and about just so that I can record. It's not like I'll spend all day farming right now. However, I wish I could farm more off screen, but I just haven't had the time. You know, I'm barely editing and rendering right before each day, and unfortunately that takes up more time doing it that way. What I mean by this is I can't really do anything with the computer while it's rendering. So if I need the episode for tomorrow and I edit it today, then I need to render it today and then upload it overnight just to make sure it gets up in time. But if I'm like a couple days ahead, I can just render overnight and then upload it anytime, such as when I'm editing. So it generally is a little easier on me to stay ahead if I'm already ahead. Did these chests respawn, or did I just miss all these chests the first time? I probably just didn't check out the side of the hallway. If, for example, the reserve party members would jump in as your frontline party members died, then yeah, I probably would worry about healing Leander. Unless they force me to bring Leander in. That would suck. He's pretty cool and all, but right now he is not the best person for the situation. So, where exactly is this Cetus?
Well,
Fearsome though he may be, Cetus is no threat to Hydropolis. So why risk all our lives on such an errand? The Queen's probably just trying to get rid of you, dude. There must be an important reason for the Queen to have sent you, Leander. Yes, I suppose there must. Cetus, the terror of the tides. It's him, Cetus.
Now, clobber him!
Righto, you want that declaration signed in it? Then we'd best give the beggar a clobber and get back to the Queen quick smart. Oh, I almost got the Awakening Orb. Give that here. Yeah. If I were to sort to swear on my channel, I'd have some choice threats for this dude.
This ain't no time to be daydreaming. That thing will hit like a ton of bricks, man.
You swing little ray beams when you attack. Come on out of here so I can attack you, dude. Lame. You have to... Whatever.
Wait! Grab this!
He had a mouth in there. It's aliens. The creature is defeated. Which means we can get Hydropolis to sign the declaration now, right? Assuming the queen is as good as her word, yes.
Oh!
By the way, when we defeated Cetus, it dropped this. Do you know what it is? Ocean's Aether. The Ocean's Aether. So this was what Her Majesty meant for us to retrieve. Could she really intend to? Is everything alright, Leander?
Yes.
Very much so. Let us return to the palace. Man, I wouldn't want to leave without that. Soakproof enchanted armor. Archon Leander, thank goodness you have returned. Her Majesty has disappeared. We have searched the palace and the town from top to bottom, but to no avail. Impossible. How can this be?
Yes.
And there has been word from the scout ships, my lord. The vortex blocking the entrance to the abyss has dissipated.
But...
The abyss, but...
What is it?
But what? The abyss is where our king's cradle is located, where Brine Skimmer, our kingmaker, dwells. The vortex was placed before its entrance by the queen herself. It remains there by her strict command. And only she could have removed it. So she's gone into the abyss for some reason? It would seem so, but for what? What reason could she possibly have for making the perilous journey to the king's cradle? I don't like the sound of this. Could it be Doloran's doing?
Yeah.
I have a feeling it might be. We'd better get after her. We'll talk more on our ship, Leander. We should set off for the abyss right away.
You have my thanks.
Thank you. All of you. By right away, we mean, let me see if I'm allowed to explore this area. I just heard a dreadful wreck and saw the palace guards running around in a panic. I am sure they said something about Queen Nerea. Is she alright? What in the world's going on? The public must not be allowed to know of Queen Nerea's disappearance. We must act as though everything is in order. Yes. It's my kingdom now.
Hey there. Yes?
Lycorius is surely the finest spear wielder in all the world. We need not fear for our safety, even in the absence of the queen.
Yes.
It is finally my time to shine. I will search every nook and cranny in Hydropolis until Queen Nerea is found. Or at least I would if those were my orders, but for now my orders are to remain here and not to move a muscle.
Huh?
Queen Nerea has left the kingdom without even informing the Archon? This is utterly unprecedented.
Right.
I am certain that Queen Nerea will return before long. In the meantime, it is our duty to defend the palace in her absence. The vortex is a most holy place, a portal that leads directly to the Kingmaker's mound. But the whirlpool was created to prevent anyone from entering. The fact that it has disappeared is portentous indeed.
Yeah.
Our duty as priestesses is to listen to the voices of the heavens and relay their messages to the people of Hydropolis. Rather important sounding, don't you think? Hehe. Alas, I am but an apprentice as of yet.
Oh, yes.
Hydropolis is home to a most knowledgeable scholar by the name of Triton. I hope his presence inspires my granddaughter to pursue her academic interests.
Yeah.
Triton is a scholar. The depth and breadth of his knowledge is unparalleled. Sadly, I understand little of what he says. It is all I can do to nod along in silence.
Hey there.
Yes. Forgive me.
But you must forgive me. I have not properly introduced myself. I am Leander Aristides, Archon of Hydropolis. Cetus makes his lair in Leucippes Labyrinth. Leander will inform you of the precise location.